Algeria is a tale and more. Its tale differed from all the tales told. Its historical events carried many lessons for all generations. A tale that was not written on paper like all tales and stories. Rather, it was on the remnant of its valiant children. As the ink wasn't in ink, rather been the blood pumped from the hearts of its sons and daughters, that until this very moment runs in the bowels of its land. A tale whose number of pages is as equal to the remains and sacrifices of the Algerian people. 1.5 million pages, one to the other, that carried sacrifices and lessons for those who pay heed.
بالنازلات الماحقات والدماء الزاكيات الطاهرات والبنود اللامعات الخافقات في الجبال الشامخات الشاهقات.
تحيا الجزائر! تحيا الجزائر! تحيا الجزائر! تحيا الجزائر!
بالنازلات الماحقات والدماء الزاكيات الطاهرات والبنود اللامعات الخافقات في الجبال الشامخات الشاهقات. نحن صرنا فحياة أو ممات، وعقدنا العزم أن تحيا الجزائر. فاشهدوا فاشهدوا فاشهدوا.
In the depths of prisons, within the walls of torture, those words emerged as the spark of independence that the poet of the Algerian Revolution, Mufti Zakaria, spread in the souls of Algerians at that time. They were not just mere words, but a gunpowder of words, written with the blood of its owner. Inscript, the greatest revolutionary anthem, which have been chanted throughout revolutions against the colonialists. With the beginning of the revolution, the leaders of the Algerian Liberation Revolution unanimously agreed on the necessity of having a national anthem that calls for rallying around the National Liberation Front and contribute to inciting the Algerian people against France more. The Liberation Front set several criteria for this anticipated anthem. Among them was a call to the Algerian people to rally around the flag of the National Liberation Front. Among the conditions was also that it be written with Algerian hands, and that the impact of these words would be a condemnation of the French colonialists who is destroying our rights and underestimating our components in clear terms without mentioning any national figure except for the Algerian people. Mufti Zakaria was the one, and he felt at that time that he must write revolutionary words that ignite the battlefield of redemption. And whoever hears it responds to the call, words that are written in the blood of the Shuhada and are read for the children of the tomorrow generations, an extending hand reaching for glory and for everyone who hears it to pledge, long live Algeria. When the Algerian national anthem was described as having been written with the blood of its owner, it was not an exaggeration, rather, it is a fact. From cell number 69 in Barberousse prison in Algiers on the 25th April 1955, Mufti Zakaria realized, in the light of the revelation of words, freedom is not given in doses, rather, it must come with sacrifice.
Exécution.
Mufti Zakaria sharpened his resolve and realized that what he would write must live up to the sanctity of our great revolution, in which its people are determined that Algeria will live. As if he were engraving word after word, so that the symphony of the greatest victory would emerge, in which was the image of the Algerian Revolution and the blood of the Shuhada. The tyranny of French colonizers present, as if it combines the letter and blood to generate Qasaman, the pulse of the Algerian Revolution and the official Algerian national anthem. As he adjusted the text and settled on 5 sensas with 3 verses in each sensa, and then he asked for the anthem to be composed and for it to be sung and for the people to memorize it, as they memorize any Quranic verse. And the national anthem was composed in more than one country, but at the hands of the Egyptian composer Ahmed Fawzi. Qasaman embraced the symphony garment that we chant today with gratification, dignity, and pride. These are words that came like bullets in the ears of the colonial France, and they demanded their demolition during the negotiations between the interim Algerian government and France, but Algeria refused that, so that the words remain, and after more than 60 years of independence, France will be reminded of the heinous crimes it committed in our land. These words, which are in the middle of the 3rd stanza of the Algerian national anthem, angered France and made Qasaman the only national anthem in the world that remembers its opponents and threatens him. In 1963, the national anthem Qasaman was adopted as the official anthem of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. It sums up the story of a bitter struggle and the blood of nearly 6 million shaheed who fell in the battlefields in support of the truth. An anthem whose words carried the ring of a gunpowder as a rhythm, played with the tone of the machine gun as a melody. And we resolved, long live Algeria. And if we are today the generation of independence, whenever we chant
قسماً بالنازلات الماحقات,
our hearts and eyes are humbled, and we live the bitterness of the colonialism through its words, a pledge where the Algerian people were turned into bombs and cannons that exploded throughout the country, banishing France out, humiliated, disappointed. And the words of our national anthem made us guerrillas that bargained every mortal, unless they bargained for a single grain of the soil of our homeland, the source of our pride and our glory.